What happens when your systematic attempt to secure a functional, ether-anchored sanctuary traps you inside a high-stakes, magical sabotage matrix under the tight surveillance of an aggressive concubine hegemony, and your only hope of survival is to maintain a strict, hyper-vigilant personal defense strategy before an encroaching shadow threat permanently dismantles your biological boundaries? In this breathlessly paced, high-stakes witchcraft noir and throne thriller masterpiece of absolute structural irony, territorial paranoia, and heavy administrative friction, the traditional boundaries of standard high fantasy fiction shatter under an avalanche of pure ether investment calculations and hyper-vigilant curse defense mechanics. The narrative follows a fiercely independent, highly analytical protagonist whose structured ether reality hits a sudden logistical wall as her hard-won arcane tranquility is systematically targeted by external hostile actors. Driven by a raw survival instinct to safeguard her mystical autonomy, secure high-friction asset protection, and avoid total submission to predatory administrative framing from an unseeing web of elite palace lords and ruthless spell predators, she constructs a desperate, hyper-vigilant plan of strategic defense. The true brilliance of this fast-paced investigative survival playbook summary lies in Hach and Dakota's exceptional mastery of mass-scale situational claustrophobia, localized harem coordination grids, and agonizing forced proximity physical friction. As the primary targets navigate their high-pressure compromise behind closed royal doors and heavily secured territorial borders, her standard defensive armor completely melts into an elite, terrifying game of pure physical and mental survival against competitors tracking her every breakthrough in magical resistance. Every clandestine encounter, secure perimeter scanner sweep of the ether boundary, and localized territory boundary transaction inside the Ether Witch Theater becomes a minefield of potential exposure, exposing deep institutional exploitation, historic generational throne debts, and a toxic inner circle of hidden administrative entities protecting their own dark, lucrative agendas. Trapped in close quarters with an incoming alpha threat who actively monitors her magical submission to shield his own private target control from a tightening trap, the Protector's unhinged own the ether and eliminate the threat protective instincts flare back to life, forcing a final high-pressure alliance where a single mismanaged spell allocation or broken tactical trust means the absolute execution of their final defenses. For hard-boiled relationship procedurals, dark institutional collapse mechanics, and fiercely resilient magical dynasty enthusiasts who live for complex multi-layered plots handled with narrative precision, this second volume delivers an unputtable listening experience where all ordinary safety nets vanish completely.